S&P's hitting 5,000. We've seen earnings surprise to the upside. We have seen a broadening. We've been talking about it all week. We've seen healthcare and industrials hit new highs. Can we just enjoy this, or is there like a pothole on this road to 6,000 that we need to look out for?
I just think we should enjoy this. It's really very exciting, and I think a lot of the reason why we have seen 5,000 and very close to it today is the economy is stronger than expected, much stronger than most people thought, and that's leading to better earnings. And you know, Frank, that stocks follow earnings on the way up and on the way down, and right now they're going higher, and you're looking at about 5% for the fourth quarter, the quarter that's being reported now. I think for the full year you're going to see upper single digits to low double digits, and that's a nice recovery from last year, where this time last year we were in the negative territory. So, and you know what's kind of exciting is it's not just top line or organic growth, it's also margins. Margins are expanding because of productivity, because of pricing power, and also because the supply chains have been getting fixed and inflation is coming down. So you have that really powerful combination of better top line, better margin, so you're getting operating leverage, and that's what's fueling the earnings picture, and that's why the markets are doing what they're doing.
McDonald's sales missed investor expectations in the fourth quarter, hurt in part by the conflict in the Middle East, in which nations had boycotted the brand, Muslim nations, over the perceived stance on the war in Gaza. Growth in other regions weakened as well, and comparable sales were the slowest since the fourth quarter of 2020.
President Putin has insisted that Russia has no interest in invading Poland, Latvia, or other NATO countries, calling such a scenario absolutely out of the question. The comments came during a lengthy interview that was conducted in the Kremlin with former Fox News host Tucker Carlson. Now, the interview was broadcast on the Tucker Carlson network. Mr. Putin accused NATO member states of trying to intimidate people with what he called an imaginary Russian threat. He said, however, that the Atlantic Alliance must accept Moscow's territorial gains in Ukraine, which he invaded back in 2022. He again claimed it was an artificial country. He also said that the Russian defeat in Ukraine was impossible. On Evan Gershkovich, the Wall Street Journal reporter detained in Russia, Mr. Putin said an agreement could be reached for his freeing.
Well, forget the Magnificent Seven. Our next guest calls Apple, Meta, and Google the three AI amigos. Joining us right now to tell us why, we want to welcome Deepwater Asset Management's Gene Munster. Gene, why these three?
Becky, the reason is that they have the biggest upside potential relative to where expectations are. When you think about the AI opportunity, think of a dumbbell, mega cap has an impact, and then that late stage private has a secondary positive impact. But on those mega caps, those three I think are largely unappreciated. I just want to start with Meta. I think it's the biggest AI opportunity that's misunderstood. Most investors understand that Meta is using AI to improve ad campaigns, ad attribution, improve engagement with new products like Emu and Meta Chat, also the celebrity bots. All that is impacting engagement and really what powered the upside to expectations for the March quarter. All that is good. All that should lead the way for Meta to grow their business by 50% over the next 2 years. But there is a significant underappreciated lever that could take this into just a whole different atmosphere. And this theory comes from Deepwater's Doug Clinton. I know you know Doug. He believes that ultimately they will monetize Llama. Llama is just taking a step back. It's an open source model. The other foundation models, that being Claude and ChatGPT and Gemini, they're all closed. Llama has 30 million downloads. If they monetize this, they will likely announce some sort of a cloud infrastructure. We're probably a few ways away, get into the same AWS, Azure, Google Cloud type of business. That is a new, whole new shift and new benefit to Meta.
Gene, we're almost out of time. I've only got about 30 seconds. Why Apple? Because that's the one that I think may be most underappreciated.
Apple's going to come out with their own foundation model, likely in June, and they're going to allow this to do personalized AI. This is really going to capture, I think, 20% of the world's interest, and they can charge $10 a month for this. I think that's a significant opportunity that most investors believe Apple's asleep at the wheel at AI. That's the opposite.
And very quickly, I'm guessing Microsoft not there just because they've already seen so much benefit from it. You're not ignoring their AI.
Exactly. You want to go to where ultimately the unknown opportunities are. I think Llama and I think personalized AI with Apple, those are the two biggest unknowns or biggest opportunities relative to where Street's at.
Elon Musk has already had a chip implanted in the human brain in the USA.
What do you think of that?
Well, I think there's no stopping Elon Musk. He will do as he sees fit. Nevertheless, you need to find some common ground with him, search for ways to persuade him. I think he's a smart person, I truly believe he is. So you need to reach an agreement with him because this process needs to be formalized and subjected to certain rules.
Исследования все равно будут. Но когда человечество почувствует угрозу для себя.
But as soon as we realize that the threat comes from unbridled and uncontrolled development of AI, or genetics, or any other field, the time will come to reach an international agreement on how to regulate these things.